Yo, 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 this is King Earner coming to y'all live and direct. What a show tonight, what a show. First and foremost, I just want to let you know the person I'm speaking of so y'all won't be looking around and being like, who is King Earner speaking on and why I'm speaking on it. Well, it was brought to my attention earlier that an individual that's from Philadelphia that goes by the name of MAYBACH O. James Miller, AKA James Miller. Whatever the case may be, I saw that he was in a picture with the rapper Casanova, and it was like, damn, I took dude off for being a dude that got some, some honor to him. And sometimes you can't avoid of having certain people around you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes dudes will slide in, and if you look in the picture that I'm gonna have as the thumbnail, you would notice that main man actually, to keep it 100 with you, was really sliding in. And that's what dudes like him do. But I'm gonna take y'all back to 2008, Federal Detention Center. I'm down, pistol coke charge. Nonetheless, I'm on 5 South First. All the men of honor was there, Rullion, who else? Pep, Sonny, other good dudes was there. I'll Never Tell, my man Nino. There was a few good men over there, man. And we kind of kept the block sturdy, the stand-up dudes. And me, myself, I kind of implemented a certain thing that we had where individuals wouldn't be amongst these dudes. When I say amongst them, like if we caught somebody that we talked to, even speaking to a rat, they got to give us 100 push-ups right then and there. Any type of chess game, board game, we mess up the whole game. Let me holler at you for a second. We was really, implementing it with a whole lot of honor, biting off of it, and having a little laugh at the same time, just playing with these rats, you know what I'm saying? Now, being as though I was one of the Muslims on the block that kind of took leadership, and I called the prayer, I was the muezzin. So, the staff had a thing for me, and that thing was that they actually would have loved to hold me, you know what I mean? But they saw that how powerful the honor was, that if I was going to the hole, everybody was going to go to the hole. For the most part, we didn't have no nonsense where we had to actually put hands to people seriously. A couple dudes got body slammed and things of that nature, But at the end of the day, our honor was purely intact, fighting our cases, man. Well, because I did call the Edan so much in the open, and they felt like I was oppressing the whole prison by doing so, and actually the counselor up there at that time, Freeman, he gave me understanding really that it was really the other staff, the guy, the white guy that was working with him. And my thing was I'm gonna still be a man. And they said they moving me. And everybody was upset on the block, like, nah. Everybody was really, really upset and was on go mode, and I said, nah. At the end of the day, I'm only going to another part of the jail. I'm gonna be in jail regardless. Assalamu alaikum, and I kept it pushing. Because at the time I had been through so much transferring and been through the system, period, state and feds, that I was used to them moving me. So it really didn't bother me for them to move me anywhere. I mean, I love my brother still, and we would keep in contact somehow, some way. Our souls or our honor would meet up again, and it has done so. But this guy O was over 5 North when they moved me from 5 South to 5 North. It was him and a few other rats, and these dudes called themselves Thorough Ones. And when I came on the block that day, it was like a holiday thing going on. And in the feds, the phones be very packed on a holiday. I put my stuff down, and when I put my stuff down, I actually went to the cell and came back, and you wanted to know who was next. And they gave me understanding who was next. And the person that was next was an individual that goes by the name of Tuffy. I never seen no paperwork on him, but people said he was telling heavy. Now, what I didn't see, I can't say. But whatever the case was, it was a bunch of these guys, and all of them were swinging with one another. I picked a guy from Ardmore. His name was Johnny. Good dude, super thorough, man. He done this a lot. He had hit a bank, and wound up having to do some time. A good man, though. But me and him became the close ones over there, me and another Puerto Rican kid by the name of Lord Joey. You know, these was good men, man, and we stood to ourselves, but I noticed that I would hear people like the guy, James Miller, saying they was going to have Patron parties and stuff like that they tell people too. And I heard this, and I know being as though I'm on this block, somebody has to give me some type of understanding to what's being going on. And, you know, when I stepped to it, it was more or less like, no, it ain't on that tip. We would just be bitten like that. Oh, I don't find that funny. I would appreciate it if y'all don't do it. There's other guys that's running around that choose to go all the way forth and go to trial. And you guys are sitting up here just trying to tell people to tell, pissing in their ear. Now, this guy was always sneaky, always sneaky, always. He always looked out the corner of his eye. And you got to understand this, that when individuals look out of the corner of their eye, they're up to something that they're not supposed to be doing. Their eyes are always doing this. And you know what I call them individuals? Soon to be rats. They hiding something, they scared. The reason why I say soon to be, we don't know who they are, so we don't know what could they be hiding. But usually those individuals, where I call it, their paperwork hit the compound, and it wasn't right, and they had to go up top. Now, this guy was in federal detention center, and he just was a guy who was flamboyant and lost his honor. The whole time I thought this guy may have been standing tall until I heard him speak the way he was speaking. And when I heard the other guy, Tuffy, kind of co-signing, the kind of, you know, they would have told what I told, and all these guys just swinging, and I'm just looking. I even had an altercation with one of them, whereas though it didn't get physical, but the man thought he was going to take my vegetables. And everybody kept telling me how much this guy was a killer. But I had to let these guys know that. And like the youngins, y'all need to know, they check the guns in at the door, you see? So I know how to defend myself on the streets and push, and in the prison I know how to do the same thing. So I confronted him. He had some vegetables of mine that was behind the counter. The Mexican boy didn't know. You know, they play real deaf and dumb when they're down, you know, in anywhere where our city is predominantly, or anybody else is more than them, they play like they don't speak English too well. And I said, where are my vegetables? And he said, the other guy took them. I forgot the name, the guy named light-skinned short boy. I mean, I just taunted him with honor. I gave him an understanding that you never do that. I done it in front of his friends first. And then I took him to the cell and I allowed him to know. But little did I know they all was connected. They all was squad. So what I done was let a message be understood. I had another good kid by the name of Ken Rock that was rocking with me heavy. And my thing is this. I'm a man, and anyone else who feels though that they, you know, have testicles and that they have testosterone, that they feel as though they're a man, then I'm a confront it. I'm always aggressive when I feel like aggression is coming to me. And for dudes to be running around and screaming and telling these other youngins to rat on their crimes, when a lot of the kids were just like, you know, I plead guilty to what I done. They didn't have co-defendants. They might have had little gun cases. So you actually telling them to bring other people in, and these dudes was jumping on people's cases. And while they was jumping on people's cases, I watched them and just looked at them. And I would have to tell little kids, listen, chill, youngins, don't go near them guys. But the phone situation, you know, it kind of got understood because I let the people that knew who they had that was next, that wasn't around, that I was next. You know, it's all about manners with me, you know what I'm saying? But more than anything, it's about respect. Now, James Miller case, his original case for him to tell, it's not something that I have to go into it, because guess what? All I done was put my eyes on the black and white, saw a page or two, and it was just a rap city. It was over with. This guy is really a rat. And I'm pretty sure he won't respond. If he does respond to it, I'm pretty sure he knows that publicly paperwork, not about the work that he's probably doing now. Casanova has to be very careful. He don't know who he's around. But again, I seen that guy in the county also. When I seen him in the county some years back, he was peaking again. And I heard some kids kind of like smacked him around and stuff, because at the end of the day, one thing about the youngins in Philadelphia, if they sturdy, they're not going for anything. Believe that. I gotta speak that about my city. although all cities have rats. My thing is that certain rats you can't speak on. This is a chance here because he's an individual that's 9 times out of 10 working. That's why I won't mention his case. You know, that might not be public, but the paperwork, the black and white is public, and it will get to the people if anything is said back from this guy. I just want to let the youngins know that this is an example of individuals trying to get into your circle. The picture is going to tell it all. The picture that I put on a thumbnail is going to give you understanding that rats can sneak up. They can pull their hats all the way down. They can become your friend. They can become your brother. They can become your closest of kin. But at the end of the day, they will do anything to protect themselves. They will never sacrifice themselves just for the wrong that they do. You understand where I'm coming from when I say that? When I say sacrifice myself, I mean, like, say if I was a guy who sold drugs. I know in my time when I was young and I was a guy that sold drugs, if anything had got caught in my family home, guess what? I would just say, it's me all of the way. No trial, no nothing. Let's get it out the way. Because I don't want my family to be dragged to it. And I don't want my home or nothing like that as a child. When I'm coming up, stuff wasn't in my name. It was in my family's name. So the mannerism in that is don't bring it to your house. Don't bring people to your house. Don't let people know your whereabouts. Because at the end of the day, the reason why a lot of y'all are getting tortured and dishonored out here is because y'all talk too much of what y'all think y'all know. And y'all don't know the streets. Y'all not even reaching of age and getting yourselves put in death positions. You see where I'm coming from? That doesn't make any damn sense to me. We played, we done what we do, and we went hard as children. But to a certain extent, we stopped that, and we never, ever, ever went too far on one another. You see? That was for the outsiders that came in that wanted to harm us. We protected. You see? Protected, and we was very well respected. I'm King Earner from the Honor Your Life campaign. This James Miller, this old Maybach guy, you need to figure out what he's going to do with his life. If he comes forth tonight and he says to King Earner, I would like to speak to the youth and let them know that I was an individual who did end up telling on my case and the streets don't have no honor anymore, then maybe we can give him a pass on what he may be doing in the future. When I say a pass, meaning maybe we can say, maybe he's just in the picture with Casanova and them doing business legally. You know? Maybe he's not trying to find out if anyone is into anything illegally. I'm pretty sure Cassanova's squad and himself is 100% legal. So we can't assume that this guy's around for that reason. This guy could have just been, you know, I got to back that instance when you're dealing with good men. I've only heard good things about Casanova and these other guys. So I'm going to make sure that I respect which needs to be respected. But at the end of the day, they need to know that the honor isn't intact with this guy. He has paperwork all over him. It's not my place to really push that in your face like as if, you know, it's not publicly. It could be a situation, and this guy is like them. You see what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, if he came out and he's doing positive, then I take that back, and he's, you know, trying to fix it, but he needs to come forth because he's a rat. He needs to come forth and say, you know, to the children, that way nobody be mistaken that is cool. You know, that's what happened to Black Panthers, but William O'Neill. But like I said to you, I just want to make sure good men understand that this guy's a piece of trash, and he's looking to lock people up probably if he's not. That's how I look at rats. You know how people look at us because of what we used to do in the past? They look at us like on the tip like, oh, they was this type of people, maybe they can't change, blah, blah, blah. Well, I look at rats and gays on that level like there's nowhere a rat is never going to be a rat again. He's always going to be a rat. A gay person is always going to be gay. You know, may Allah fix the people that are gay, and I don't understand what he can do with the people that aren't. Let his will be his will. You know what I'm saying? About the rats. I can't say nothing and put no dua on nobody, but what I can say is that our children to be free, our community need to have peace to it. We can't have peace if the same people that's doing the crime goes to jail and government stands up and say, we want them out in a year or two and they done the worst of the crimes or was the masterminds behind these crimes, I don't understand it. I don't understand how it's legal. So Ken Garner is going to get to the bottom of how is that legal, but in due time, in due process, but everything is going to be done correctly. We're not going to be put in a position like Rats 215 was. You see, because he was getting information and putting it out. I'm allowing you to know the information that I see that's publicly on these guys. And it's publicly seen and it's everywhere. And everybody been knew about Maybach. But, you know, sometimes individuals don't care about that. But sometimes do. I'm King Garner, Honor Your Life campaign. Go to Honorable Earners, get your Honorable Earners hoodies, and make sure y'all keep your honor all the way intact.